Though the intonation and yes, the modulation and intonation that comes with pronunciation. It's a part of pronunciation. If you can pronounce
Yeah,
properly and clearly, the intonation and modulation will definitely be there. So every word
right.
is divided into syllables, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
in
For
every word,
example, when we say development, it is
right,
not development, it is develop,
right, development it is, right?
develop. Yeah,
Right. So there are three syllables there, right? So one of those syllables will be a stress syllable.
yeah,
So if you are concentrated on that and if you're working on your pronunciation using the syllables and using the proper stress on syllables, right?
right.
You
Yeah.
will not need.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Raj. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Slightly tired. I really wonder. I think it's in the weather.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
like because you're wearing cool, like
Yes,
sweatshirt.
I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm wearing a sweatshirt. Yes,
Yes.
and it's pretty cold here, and I think I'm under the weather a bit, and I think I need to have a blood test also done. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
go for that.
Yes, I will be going for that soon. But then, yeah, I'm giving it 1 or 2 days. I'll observe myself for 1 or 2 days. I'll change my diet a bit, and then I will see if I need the
Yeah,
blood test.
sure. I have this habit as well. Like no matter what I feel or whatever I feel when I am under weather,
Right.
I take time, at least 2 days, to or
Right.
maybe I will try some the hacks at house.
Right. Some of the home remedies or something,
Yeah,
right?
some of the home remedies. Yes.
Right, yes. And what I also do is I change my diet because many times many ailments are caused due to the digestive tract infection, right? So
Yeah.
if you change your diet slightly, go on a light diet and a fruit diet and vegetables and all those things, soups, so within 2 or 3 days you tend to recover.
All right.
Yes. So that's what I'm doing. I've put myself on a boiled diet and I'm completely on a boiled diet and a diet of rice, no chapati, no wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done that. So let's see how it works. I'll see it for 2 or 3 days and then I will see if I need a blood test or not.
Okay.
Yeah. And how are your sessions coming along and how was your week, in fact? Yes, I think we met last week, right?
Yeah. So I had some family obligations and
Okay.
I enjoyed them as well. And I'm
Wow.
back again. So
Very
sessions
good.
are going well.
Excellent, excellent. And what do you think you are lacking in actually?
Pronunciation is the one thing, and I have been being told about intonation, though I
Right?
think that I have improved a lot, maybe because
Yes,
earlier I used to sound quite monotonous, and now I
right,
can feel that change in myself as well.
right, right. And yes, you can do with a bit of pronunciation, though the intonation and yes, the modulation and intonation that comes with pronunciation. It's a part of pronunciation. If you can pronounce
Yeah,
properly and clearly, the intonation and modulation will definitely be
yeah,
there,
right,
right? Right. It's all part and parcel of the same thing, right? So
right.
yes, concentrate mainly on your pronunciation and word stress. You know what we mean by word stress and syllable stress. So whenever
Yeah,
you are searching the internet for pronunciation, okay, so concentrate also on the syllable stress. So every word
right.
is divided into syllables, right?
Yeah,
And
sure.
in
For
every
example,
word,
when we say development, it is
right,
not development, it is develop,
right, development it is, right?
develop. Yeah,
Right. So there are three syllables there, right? So one of those syllables will be a stress syllable.
yeah,
So if you are concentrated on that and if you're working on your pronunciation using the syllables and using the proper stress on syllables, right?
right.
You
Yes.
will not need to work on your intonation and your modulation. It will happen on its own.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, right. So just concentrate on that, and that will improve your pronunciation as well. Okay, so let's go on with this session. This session seems to be, and I really love this kind of this session because it's all about childhood, and I feel it's
Yeah.
the golden years of our life, right? So,
Yeah. Sure.
what if suddenly you wake up in the morning and you are 6 years old again? That would be a blessing.
Wow. I like whatever I used to do at 6.
Hmm.
Most of the time, I used to find myself in the playground playing with
Right,
seniors. So I would love to do those things again, and
right.
I would be doing all that.
You were saying that you would play with your seniors. You generally played with seniors when you were a child.
Yeah, I used to. Because uh, when it comes to playing cricket, at that time I hardly used to find my age, the people of my age. So I used
Hmm.
to play with seniors. So mostly, like after 10 only, I found a team of my own. And
Right.
before that, I used to play those boys who were at least 4 or 5 years senior to me.
Okay, okay. And so, which one do you think is better? Which one was better when you played with people of who were elder to you, or people of your own age? Which one was better?
Like both had its own charm.
Okay.
And when I talk about playing cricket, playing with
Hmm.
seniors was much better experience because there,
Right.
whenever I used to do something good, I used to feel lot more satisfaction than doing good among my age child.
Okay, and why would that be? Was it
Because
because
I
of the
used to think
reaction?
that they are
Hmm.
better player and I'm doing good among
Right.
them. So it used
Okay.
to make me satisfied a little more.
Okay. Right. So my next question, since we are talking on these lines, so playing with elders and being with people who are elder to you, do you think that has also shaped your nature and your character now?
To some extent, yes.
Okay. And
And
yes, how would you explain that and how would you relate that?
if I take a simple example, like when I turned or crossed teenage,
Right,
at that point of time, some of my friends used to tell me that I sound a bit mature than others in my age group.
right, right.
So that was the one thing.
Hmm.
And I sometimes I feel that as well, like when people talk about different things happening around in our society,
Right.
that I can feel that okay, these
Hmm.
are the people, they are talking all this nonsense, they are agreeing to all those things like a parrot. They are
Right,
not trying to think out of their own, or
right,
they are just agreeing to other thing as well. And
right,
like in the rat race of okay, Hindu, Muslim, and all those things. So
right.
on that part, I think that yes, I feel a little bit more mature even at that point of
Hmm.
time. And when it comes, like I told you about the cricketing skill, that was the
Right.
one thing.
Hmm.
Otherwise, it was not.
Otherwise, it was normal. So, did that somehow affect your ability to make friends?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But I mean, I will have to explain it in other way. I used to
Right.
play, and when I used to play, the certain uh, friends of mine,
Right.
whether
Hmm.
senior friends, only I was compatible with them. And if it
Right.
comes to the others, I was not compatible, or I was not that comfortable to talk with the
Right.
strangers. And this
Okay.
was ingrained ever since my childhood.
Right.
So
Right.
even when I turned teenager or after crossing the teenage, I
Hmm.
found it tough to connect with others. So this is the
Right.
only platform where I have been talking with so many strangers, and
Right.
only because you all are so supportive. Otherwise,
Okay.
I even today I find difficult to talk with others.
Oh,
I am
okay.
kind of a reserved guy.
Right. And in other words, we can say that you show traits of being an introvert.
Yeah,
Okay, right. And you know what? Speaking and communication is something that goes totally against our nature of being introvert. And when we talk about communication and better communication, we need, if we are introverted, we need to change our nature completely. And it takes a lot of practice and it takes a lot of time, but you have successfully managed to do that. Very good.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you know what? Even I have noticed many times that children who play with children who are elder to them, let's say 3 or 4 years senior to them, or even 5 years senior to them, later on in life, they tend to become slightly introverted, right? They also tend to have fewer friends and they are also pretty uncomfortable within their own age group of people.
maybe
Yes,
that
I've
can be
noticed.
a reason for sure.
Yes, I've noticed that. Not just that's why I asked you that question. I've noticed that in many people around me when I dig into their past and they are really introverted and they are really uncomfortable with strangers. So at that time, when I asked them, okay, about their childhood, their friends and all, so most of them have answered in the affirmative that their friends were always elder to them.
And another thing that I would like to add here, that
Yes.
currently the group that I have, there
Mhm.
I have a lot of juniors to me. So I'm compatible with them. I'm
Right,
compatible with my seniors, with my juniors, but
but not this.
only with those people with whom I have spent some time. So
Right,
only after spending some time, once I feel comfortable or compatible, then it is okay. Otherwise,
right,
when I have to talk to strangers, it is difficult for me.
right.
Even today, it is difficult for me.
Right. Okay. It's so strange, right? How
Yeah,
things of our childhood can actually affect the way we live our life and our nature and our personality, right?
yeah,
Yes. If I share an incident with you, in fact, my childhood with you, I am the youngest in my family, and my brothers and cousin brothers and everyone, they were all elder to me, right? My cousins and everyone, right? They were all elder to me. So I'm the youngest actually in the family, the entire family tree actually. So so the boys of the family, they used to go out, and I was very small and I was very simple at that time, so I used to be left at home. And every time I would be with either my sister or her friends, right, with all her friends, my sister's friends. So now I feel more comfortable when I am around women. I feel very comfortable, right?
okay,
Because yeah, because that is what I saw right since my childhood. I did not have much of an opportunity to go out with boys, right?
right.
Yeah, so I was always with girls, so I feel slightly more comfortable with girls. So that is how nature develops, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I would like to add one more thing, that
Yes.
even I was the youngest in entire family tree for a
Right.
longer period of time. Because
Right.
one of my uncle, when he got married, I was 13 or 14.
Right.
So up till then, I was the youngest, and after a few
Uh,
years,
uh,
like
right.
two of my
After.
cousins are almost 15 and 17 years
Right.
junior to me.
Mhm. Right. The same thing with me also. Uh, till I was around about 10 or 13, as you said, right? Till then, I was the youngest. So pampered and every time kept at home. You know what it happens being the youngest, right?
Yeah, of course.
You can relate to
Like
that.
even if you are, I mean, 18 or 19, at that
Mhm.
point of time, if some work need to be done, you will not be considered. Your seniors will
Absolutely.
be considered for that, and you people will say that okay, he is like little till now, he is small, he cannot go out on his own and something like that.
Right. You're absolutely right. And you know what? When you start becoming slightly older, and let's say you reach 40 and 50, now for people, you are still a young person, no matter what is
Yeah,
happening with you,
right.
right? So they won't take your age also into consideration. Right now, you are pretty young, but when you reach 40 and 50, they will expect you to act as if you are around about 20, 25, or 30.
Right, right.
Yeah, and for everything they'll say, "Oh, you're young right now." Then you have to remind them that, dude, I am 40, I am 50. That's what happens with the youngest people. Yeah. Generally, that happens. Okay, so we were talking about being 6 years old, and what else? So, and suppose you turn 6 years old, and you see everyone around you; they don't even remember growing up. It's only you who remembers that you had grown up, and now you're 6 years old. So, what would your reaction be at that time? And would
Oh
you try
my
to tell
God.
people? Yeah, would you try to tell people that something is wrong?
I simply cannot imagine that. I mean, the hypothetical situation that you are
Yeah.
talking about, that
Yes.
I turn six and I find the environment that is right now, that
Right.
I'm feeling at the age of 30 and I can go back. First thing that will affect me, that I will not have any playground nearby my society. I
Right.
won't be able to play my best game. So I will feel, what is the point of being six? What else can I do? I will have to develop a new habit of my own, playing those PUBG or other games,
Oh yes.
offline games.
Yeah, that would be really strange. You would have had to change your entire way of growing up, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And suddenly you wake up and you're like, okay, fine, I'm getting late for my class. And you look at yourself and you're 6 years old. How would that reaction be?
or having said that, one other thing that will, the positive that I can guess is, I will have better facilities or opportunities that I had been provided at my age,
Right.
my real age.
Yes, but then still you will have to wait for those many years, right?
Yeah,
Imagine.
sure.
Yes. That
I mean,
suppose, yeah.
because whatever I'm feeling or whatever my life is
Hmm.
currently, on the basis of that, I'm thinking this two things. But a
Right.
6-year-old guy won't be able to think about all this, that whether
Uh,
what kind of facilities he is getting and what is lying ahead in his future.
right. And even if the 6 year old guy, he had that 6 year old child, has your consciousness of a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old, whatever your age might be,
Yeah,
right? He has that consciousness. So even that would be a very suffocating factor, I would think, right?
yeah, sure.
You look
I
around
mean,
you and yeah.
we cannot imagine a guy of 6 year with a maturedness of 30 years. He won't be able to enjoy his life properly.
Right, right. And also, I feel that you will be so confused and you will not know what to do next, right? Because you want
Right.
to do something, probably last night when you went to sleep, you were 20 or 30 and you were doing your usual things. And suddenly you've woken up and you're 6 years old. My God. Yes, you have to, you will be like, I have to join my clapping go session. And you look at yourself in the camera and you're 6 years old. Like, oh my God, what do I do now? Yeah, that would be really
But yet,
strange.
I would
Yeah,
like to say one thing, that we
yeah,
all cherish our childhood memories so much so that we want to live that life again. So it would be
right.
awesome if I can go back and enjoy that.
Yes, I agree with you completely.